environment, a beautiful theater, ready for a fist fight.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. That punch lands. Punch, counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. He misses with that straight left. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. It is standing room only. Every seat has been sold in this amazing theater.
For a fighter walking into a theater, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym, because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You believe what we are seeing. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Beautiful counter shot. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. And he just got caught with a big right. Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Back on, get focused, get your mind back on the job. Get back out there and win the round.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. Good work. You were thinking.
Here we go for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. That uppercut just missed. They exchange punches. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Which fighter will say no mas? Nice counter. Catch and shoot. Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice stop, but that won't score. That counter punch caught him clean. That jab doesn't score. That hook won't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you...
And there's the bell to start round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Perfect counter shot. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Can't land that jab. Hook misses. And he misses with that jab. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Good counter punch. There's a counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Do you believe this? Not a lot of defense here at all. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Beautiful counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent.
Back together. Just take the round off.
Here we go to the 4th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
He misses with that jab. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be. Having second thoughts in the ring.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? They block the hook. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The perfect counter lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you get...
It was a bad round.
There's the bell to start round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That counter shot lands. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. He got out of the way of that right hook. Nice counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. They exchange punches. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
punch. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. Nope, that jab not going to score. There's a scoring blow. The straight right just misses. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line.
I need you to focus on what you're doing.
There's the bell for round 6. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. One punch could change everything in this battle. Well done with that counter shot. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. The straight right just misses. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What are you seeing?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Can't land the jab there. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come to me.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. His legs are gone, but somehow he's still in this.
Now listen, kid, I need you to go back.
Here comes round 7. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
No rest for the weary. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these 2 boxers, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A perfect counter shot. And they got caught! Trying to buy time. It appears that... Hold it right there! Wow, what a shot! And it's over! A home run swing! And that will do it here! And it's a one-hitter quitter! What a knockout shot! So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Oh, what a shot! What a shot! You see shots like that in the gym. At least for once, this is on TV. Thousands around the world saw that shot. They probably even heard it.